Hi, Tony Franquito here once again. Welcome aboard Starship Earth, where we explore quantum reality. We, as a human race, are a part of this planet called Gaia, and we are traveling through space, quantum space. We can shift dimensions, we can change our reality, and we can change the possibility of the outcome of quantum reality that we are experiencing right now. So, we're going to lead into all of that, but we are right now, this series is about the state of consciousness and what was revealed to me through meditation practices and my touching upon the quantum reality. These visions were given to me, and I've never painted before, and I had to go out and start painting. It just came through me. Now, the techniques that it was asking me to do techniques. These visions I had techniques. It wanted me to paint visions, and I didn't have the actual technique to be able to represent the images that were given to me. I mean, this happened to Einstein. Einstein, came up with this theory of relativity, and he saw what it was when he would do shamanic dreams, which is the same thing as doing a meditation and tapping into the real, and that knowledge is given to us, and then we have to express it. In his case, he had to develop the mathematics to be able to express what was in his mind. It took him, I believe it was about 2 years before he was able to express what he saw in his mind's eye, what he got. Okay? So this is available to you. All right? That's why I'm revealing this about myself now, okay? And this type of consciousness. So we're moving through quantum reality. We are beings. A being meaning that we are light beings, and we are pure energy, more powerful than anything on this planet. I want you to hear that. We as human beings are more powerful than anything on this planet. We have the power to create our own reality. We can imagine. Okay? And we're going to get into this in another series. But right now, I want you to stick with me as we talk about consciousness and the different levels of consciousness. Now remember, consciousness means our thinking, all right? Being aware of our thinking and our thoughts. And we'll define what those are in a bit. But right now, in another series. But right now, what I want to be aware of is that, I lost my train of thought. Let's see, we wanted to talk about, the noise of the mind. We went through victimhood, what it's like to be a victim. And then we went through the awakening, which is another painting that represents the awakening. We realize that there's something greater, and we start to open the heart space. And then we're going to get into this, which is lightness, and we start to we start to live as it. Okay, it starts to live as us. All right, so we start to represent and walk with that. Okay, at that presence, and we're starting to listen to that intuition, that knowing. All right, that internal knowing. Now we can have glimpses of this all at the same time. There's not you here, here, here. No, it can all happen at the same time. But for teaching practices and learning practices, we'll define it like this, and then as we move on, it'll give you a foundation to move forward through your journey through quantum reality, okay, and the power of your own being. So welcome aboard this starship, where you are both a crew and a passenger on this ship as we journey through quantum reality. So here it is. This represents the lightness of our soul. This spot in the middle here is actually raised a little bit, and you can't see it, but it's textured. And this white light is actually our soul, and we're starting to feel a bit light as we walk through this reality that we're in now, this 3D reality. We start to touch the heart space. It starts to open up. A lot of the noise in my mind, a lot of the thinking there has started to dissipate. A lot of the sub-programs that are running in the background have broken, okay? And our brain starts to open up new neural pathways. In fact, the brain actually grows, okay? New neural pathways are created, and we actually increase our IQ, we increase our imagination as we do this practice. And we also begin to tap into our pineal gland, which again is a small gland in the middle of our head. It's called the third eye, which really In all honesty, I got to get rid of that term because it is our first eye. Okay, and it has crystals in it that can transmit and receive. All right, now this is the pineal gland has been known. I don't know how many thousands of years. I mean, you can go back and the different civilizations and they talk about it. And the Egyptians, they would call it the third eye, and certain elites would be able to tap into it and all of these crazy things. Okay, so what I'm telling you here is it was discovered way before science discovered. But now there are people out there who can actually map it. We go through different levels of the brain waves that they can measure, and there's probably lots of other energies that they cannot measure with science, just so you know. But when we actually tap into that, we'll go into gamma, and gamma will go off the chart. There's Dr. Joe Dispenza actually starts to map this, and he sees that, and as soon as that happens, people come out with a tremendous experience, and there are no drugs involved. Okay, so we can do this naturally. Our own body is that vessel. Okay, and we can journey to other dimensions. We'll get there. Okay, you will get there. I'm going to guide you. So what this represents is the soul, lightness of. We start to walk with it. We start to uncover the mask, the noise of the mind, and we start to walk with this. We start to listen to this. We start to walk with love, a vibration of love, not an emotion. We start to walk a little bit more in compassion for ourselves and for others. And when we start to walk with that, our relationships start to change. They begin to change. Some people won't radiate with that, and they'll have to. We'll just have to accept that and leave. They may. I have some friends that no longer. I don't communicate with them anymore because we're just. We were very close, and I love them dearly. I have a lot of compassion for them, but we're on two different wavelengths now. They're at one vibration, and I'm at a different vibration. That's all it means. Okay, they're still a member of the starship. We still have their function on the ship. We are all human beings, and we're all moving together. But there was a change, a shift for me, which doesn't radiate at the same wavelength as he and I used to. Okay, so these things I have to accept and just allow that person to be who they are. And this is acceptance. And we'll get into this in depth in some of these, what's acceptance, what the detachment is, and we'll get into that in depth in another series. Okay? But right now, we'll stick with the painting. So, I have a light source that's coming up here, and these, represent different light sources. I know it's not perfect, but hey, imperfection is perfection. I'm trademarking that. Don't steal it. Imperfection is perfection. Remember that. Because we make mistakes. But there's no mistake in you. You are a human being, and you are perfect just the way you are. Okay? Baby doesn't learn how to walk until he falls down. Okay? And that child starts to walk again, and they fall down again. So, I should put my foot in front. And puts his foot in front, and he starts to walk. Okay? So that's how we learn. We make the mistakes. So no matter where you are in your life, allow yourself to make the mistakes. Don't be afraid to make those mistakes. If you're walking in fear to make that mistake, that means that you are walking the right path. That means you're going to break the paradigm. You're going to break your old beliefs that you're not even aware of, and we're going to walk through. So here we are. We're floating high. We're really nice. We're enjoying it. We have wind coming through, blowing through us. We're lighting up the sky. We're our own sun. And we're enjoying the ride, just having the wind blow through our hair, looking down, some beautiful mountains here as we go through. And, I imagine a lake down there. We're just cruising over and just enjoying ourselves, and some lovely clouds, and just a beautiful day. And there's some peace and harmony going on, and we have a full balloon, so we're just flying along with others, too. If I could put other balloons in here, there would be, others as well as we go along this journey. Okay, so that's my balloon, that's my ride, that's my journey to consciousness. Now we're going to look at painting number 4. I like that. 3, 1, 4. There we go. 4 fingers. 4, and we're going to look at that painting next. All right. Now it's not complete, so at some point I will complete it. Right now I am busy. Excuse me. Right now, I'm gonna show you this painting and tell you about it, and then we'll move on. All right. So, Tony, welcome aboard Starship Planet Earth, my crew and fellow passengers. Signing off. Till next time, peace and blessings.